For filming purposes, I'm using an art desk today. It is on a slight angle, so if you do start to see things slide, it's okay. I usually use a very flat surface, something level. When I've tried stamping before, let's say in my living room, on a coffee table, or even sitting on the floor, I found it to be incredibly difficult, at least for me, to get a perfect image to come up. So I hope this goes well for me here, but definitely that's going to be the start. What I do to protect my table is I usually have a placemat that I purchase at the dollar store, and then I will have something like this, which is a piece of cardboard, some junk newspaper, and some paper towels. This is just the small sheets folded over. Then I have my 100% acetone for cleaning my plates, some Q-tips, a little dish that I put the acetone in, and my other favorite tool for stamping is this lint roller, and I will show you why. Let me show you what I typically do when it comes to my stamping. I am not perfect by any means. My biggest problem that I find is I get too excited about putting it on. I don't think enough when it comes to placement sometimes. I just get really overzealous and just go stamping crazy, and then I end up getting things that are sideways most of the time. For some images, like what's on my nails right now, it doesn't matter. This is a blood splatter manicure, so sloppy is okay, but I think that's my biggest challenge right now, is getting myself to focus upon being a little bit more careful, and just in nail art in general. When I get an idea, there's so much behind it sometimes that I just want to get it all out of my fingers, and it pays the price when I don't try very hard. So my biggest advice, recommendations is just, again, to practice. I practice sometimes on like fake nails. I wouldn't do it on a nail wheel just because the nails are so close together, but I buy like the little Kiss fake acrylic nails in Dollar General for $1, and I try to practice those, but those are pretty curved. My nails are not really curved at all, so it's not as accurate for me. Plus, when you're stamping on someone else or something else, you don't get the same feel as when you're doing it to yourself. So I try to use old manicures, stamping over them, and try to keep trying. So I'm going to be using Sally Hansen Insta-Dry and Wind Up, and I'm going to be finishing the blood splatter manicure from yesterday. I will also use Mango Team for my caution tape, which is going to go on my thumb. I think it goes without saying, you want to wait till your manicure is completely dry before you stamp over it. I have found if you use a top coat, I usually use Seche Vite. I've currently started using Essie's Good to Go for making it quick dry top coat. But if you have a really good thick top coat over your existing polish, if you make a mistake, which happens, I use one of two ways to do it. As I mentioned yesterday, I did my fingers. This is my ugly hand. Please don't mind it, but I did it in China Glaze Pelican Gray and one coat of the Essie Good to Go. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the stamping. So what I like to do, there's a couple different ways when it comes to the polish on the plates as well. Some people I see put just a little bit of polish on the edge of the stamp, and then you're going to scrape it down. I tend to use more polish than I should. So you're just going to take your scraper at a 45-degree angle, and I apologize if this is something you guys already know, but I'm just kind of going through each step. You're going to pull down and then take your stamper. There's my image, and I'm just going to hold it up to my finger and roll. Now, I didn't get the edge because I wasn't paying attention, but not bad for what I'm looking for. If you were trying to center the image, I like this clear stamper because unless I'm stamping white, almost any color, you're going to be able to see right away what is the image that's on here. Now, you can tell, even with my long nails, that's a lot of polish that's still left on here. So, in the past, I used to take a Q-tip dipped in acetone, and I would clean off the scraper, the stamper. This is scraper. Clean off the stamper. However, what I do is I take this lint roller right here. Bam. That is it. Now you're ready for the next stamp. So it's time to do my thumb, and I'm going to be using the Mango Team. I'm doing this one sideways. I was going to try to do black bolt behind it, but I just want it to be the same as my left hand right now. I like to move the plate over quite a bit when I am doing, I do it like this. Oh, see, only went half of it. Ah, actually this will be the perfect example of how to clean it up. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to get this off of the finger, because as you can see, I did a really terrible job putting that on. So I'm going to fix it. So I'm actually going to use the 70% alcohol. See if this will work. I can't find my 90. I think I know where it is, but I can't find it at the moment. So I'm going to take my Q-tip, and I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see it. I've seen where, I think it's Beaching Nails uses the, oh, actually that worked too. Depending on how you have it, you can actually pull it up with, awesome. So you can see this is a really thick polish. I'm also stamping with my air conditioning on, which is a big no-no, because it does tend to leave or have the polish dry faster than I would want it to. Now, it was hard for me to do this sideways, but that's okay, because what I'm going to do with this is what I did with the other hand, and we're going to go ahead and add the blood splatter effect to the finger